Okay, so I was a little guy about the age where you start to learn the names of the people that in your life that love you. Not the actual names, but you know, mom, dad, Mimi, Al. All right, one actual name. There was a person in my life that loved me very much, and I was told to call her Aunt Rianne. Well, apparently my little mouth couldn't handle this, so I decided on Riri. And that's how I became lucky enough to have a Riri. I have to admit, as a teenager, I became a little leery about using the name Riri in public. As a little childish, and I was of course way too cool for that. The biggest test came at Gwynedd Mercy High School, play rehearsal. It's an all-girls high school. Riri was the music director. I pretty much had to show up and I was in the play. I was a high school boy who liked hanging out with high school girls, so it was pretty much a no-brainer. I was hanging out with some kids doing one rehearsal, and one of them said, "What's it like to have an aunt that's a nun? What do you call her? Aunt sister?" Well, this was it. What do I say? I had to tell them the name I came up with as a 2-year-old, right? She's not Aunt Rianne. She's certainly not Aunt Sister. So I told them. I said, I remember, I call her Riri. I think a couple of the girls thought I was adorable, so it all kind of worked out. So what's it like to have a Riri? It's an amazing thing to have a Riri. I consider myself very lucky to have a Riri. Spiritually, a Riri can show you what the world's supposed to be like. There are a lot of people in this world who say they believe things and then do or say things that contradict that. They'll tell you to hate these people or be afraid of those people. But a Riri shows you, by example, not to judge other people. You learn to love and respect everyone when you have a Riri. I know these things because I have a Riri. Maybe more people have Riris. Just saying. A Riri will always love and forgive you, even when you're a bratty little kid and you throw cats at her. Did he say throw cats? He said throw cats. That's not a metaphor for anything. That's like when you take a cat and you throw it at her. A Riri will always have your back. Like when you're in high school and it's 1990 and your admittedly outdated mullet haircut does not fit the time period of the high school musical you're in, and the nun in charge of the play is following you around with scissors saying she's going to cut your hair. Although in retrospect you probably would have done me a favor because it was 1990 and you shouldn't have a mullet in 1990. Your Riri will intervene and tell this nun, I don't know what you told her, all I know is that the scissors went away and I was allowed to get rid of my mullet on my own terms. That's what I heard. A Riri will do anything for you. When you're a punk teenager and you think to yourself, what can I tell my aunt, the nun, to get me for my birthday? And you think, ooh, how about that new Guns N' Roses album, marked the parental advisory sticker, called Sex and Lies. Think about that. She had to go into a record store and ask the guy, do you have Guns N' Roses, Sex and Lies? There's probably like 2 words in that whole sentence that didn't make her cringe. But that's what it's like to have a Riri. I've been very lucky to have a Riri in my life. I was very happy when I got to share Riri with my wife, and now I'm very happy that my sons have a Riri. And they're very lucky too, because everybody should have a Riri.